If you honestly feel like you don't have anything going on in your life, you feel like everything's going wrong, you don't have any career, you know, you're not going to school to do some dream job you always had of, maybe you're in school to, you know, you're thinking about doing some business, or you're thinking about, no, I don't know, I hope you're not in some useless degree like some arts or whatever. But if you're feeling lost, or you're just in a dead end, maybe warehouse, working at Amazon, working at Walmart, like you're barely making it by. Sure, you're still young, you're still fully functional and everything like that, but you just feel so like hopeless. Hopefully not in the black pill type era where it's screw the world, this and that, but to the point where you just don't know your next steps. You know you want to be great, you know you want to do something positive. Get your CDL. By far, get your CDL. It will be the greatest stepping stone for you to that next path that you're trying to go in. I'm not saying it's the end all be all. Okay, get your CDL and then you're done, you know, whatever. Work that job forever. No, this is going to be a great stepping stone. For me, didn't know what I wanted to do coming out of high school. Of course, I came out during pandemic. So, of course, that was something that was going on. But I knew school wasn't the answer. I knew it wasn't, because the system's rigged against me, in all honesty. So, and I couldn't just sit at home and do nothing. Honestly, gap years are so pointless. Do not do a gap year. So many people fall into the trap of having a gap year. They have too much time on their hands, which would, you know, ideally be what you want. You take a gap year, you have all this time on your hands to figure out what you actually want to do in life. But what is 95% of the people doing? They fill that void time that they're supposed to be thinking about their purpose or their next steps, and instead they're filling it with video games. They're doing dumb stuff, you know, hanging out, kicking it, laying back, smoking, drinking, whatever, right? So the whole gap year thing is whole pointless. So at least, you know, maybe go to a community college, or, you know, you gotta be working full time, like grinding it out, and then you get to that point for so long. Some people, it might take a year, others might take 3-4 years to realize, man, this is not what I want to do. I'm still at Walmart after 4 years, and I'm an assistant manager. This is not what I want to do. You really don't have time to think now, because now you're working full time. Now, you know, you got bills to pay. You're starting to, quote unquote, be an adult, right? This is what you wanted. You want to be an adult all your life. But no, if you get your CDL, that's what I did. So I went to school, like actual college school. I thought I was gonna be, you know, computer scientist, all this shebang, whatever. And I knew it wasn't for me. I look at jobs hiring, CDL. Literally, if I would have stayed in the program I was in, I could make as much money having my CDL as being like a computer scientist, only if I work 10 extra hours a week as a truck driver. Now, truck driving school, from start of school, start of all the prereqs, to starting a job, literally less than 3 months. Less than 3 months, and you're starting out at a good wage. So you're not at top rate, but you're gonna be starting out at least making 70 a year, at least. And like for me, I started local, so I wasn't even over the road. Like these dudes right here, he got a sleeper. I don't have a sleeper on mine, you know? I'm home every day. Cause I ain't gonna lie, this CDL stuff, that's more of a lifestyle. You sleeping in something, you know, you got a sleeper like that. No, that ain't it. Like, this is just a job, this is a stepping stone. But you get your CDL, it's a stepping stone for you. And what you do, you're on the road all the time, you're by yourself, Like right now I have like a 3-hour trip back to shop. I spent so much time just sitting here, just thinking to myself, talking to myself, what do I want in my life? What is most important to me? And I know a lot of people can relate to, they don't know what's going on. You don't really have time to think. You're kind of you have your family's belief. If your family was so college oriented, they believe you should go to college, you should get into debt, and when you get out, get a basic job and keep debt on your life, the whole time, you're bound to repeat that cycle. If poverty is in your bloodline, you're bound to repeat it. Like it's more than likely what you were projected to do. And that's kind of how I was set up in that, I don't want to say poverty mindset, but just low middle class thinking. More so, okay, if you go to school, you're going to be set for life. But in these new ages, that's really not it. And having my CDL, being out on the road, just really allows me just to sit and think about everything that's going on in the world, think about what matters to you most, and then you could even find stuff that you're actually interested in. Coming out of high school, people would be like, what'd you like to do for fun? I don't know. I like to chill. I like to genuine hobbies, stuff you actually like to do, or you're interested in. I became such a big historian now. I love learning about old facts and old world history and stuff like that. Not like the schools teach it either. Because I remember learning U.S. history and world history, and it's all, don't want to say lies, but it's fabricated in a certain way to where you only get one perspective on something. For example, really quick, world history, every country's history of World War II is different. Okay, so the U.S., their perspective is different from Germany's, which is different from Poland's, different to, Iceland. I mean, Poland thinks they won the war, okay? So that's what they teach in the schools, but that's a whole nother thing. Getting your CDL will honestly change your life. Even just pulling you out from a negative situation that you're in now. I know weed, it was around me a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Just the environment it came up in. If you're bound to do stuff like that, if you were already smoking before and you're kind of I'm kind of on the fence of it, it's kind of hard to quit. Of course, people are still gonna be, kind of bothering you about it. Come on, man, just do it one time. You might fall into it, whatnot. With this, no, this is my livelihood, bro. I'm not smoking. And people that don't understand that, this is how I make my money. This is it. If they don't get that, they weren't meant to be in your life anyways. They're like, man, just hit it once, they won't know. No, you get random drug tests every year that you don't know of, and you can't even refuse it. A negative is the same thing as a refusal. So you refuse taking a drug test, that's the same thing as you piss negative. So that means you're done. Right? So it's something serious. And of course, it's not no walk in the park. I'm not saying that by any means. Of course, you got to work. I just said you got to work 10 extra hours a week. So if you're not willing to at least put in 50 hours a week working towards your purpose, your grind, to have a better life for you, your family, it might not be for you. If you're comfortable working a dead-end job at Walmart, in a factory, at a warehouse, more power to you. But that's not me. Just get your CDL.